guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my December TBR. I'm super excited. I have some really good books I want to read this month. I will say a lot of these were just posted in my vlog yesterday, where I talked about all the books I bought for the Christmas holiday season that are holiday or Christmas themed. So I'm not going to read the backs of any of those books because you can just watch that video. Just go ahead and hop into the video. I'm going to do all these Christmassy books first, and that way you can watch the video if you want after you've gone and watched this video. But we are starting off with Home Sweet Christmas by Susan Mallory. Very excited for this. Got this at Target. Meet Me Under the Mistletoe by Jenny Bayliss, the author of The 12 Dates of Christmas. I got this at Barnes & Noble. Then I have A Very Merry Bromance, which is the Bromance Book Club, if you guys have seen that. This is actually the newest release, and I got this at Barnes & Noble as well. Once Upon a December by Amy E. Reichart. I've never read anything from this author, so I'm very excited to try a new one out. I also got this one at Barnes & Noble. Last Gift by Emily Stone. She's the author of Always in December, which was actually the first book I read this year, and yeah, got this at Barnes. And I got All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox. She's the author of The Holiday Swap, which was a very popular Christmas book last year, and so I'm super excited to see how I like this one because I did really enjoy The Holiday Swap. We have two more holiday books. The first one is Just Like Magic, which is by Sarah Hogel. She's the author of You Deserve Each Other, which I feel like that got a little bit of traction because it was about two characters who were already engaged and it was them falling back in love. Very interesting, so I'm excited to see what she does in this one. And then the last one we have is One Day in December by Josie Silver. I've been holding onto this book for like a year, and I'm finally gonna read it because it's December finally. And yeah, I've heard this one is very good. London. A lot of these are set in London, and if you can't tell, I love reading English literature. It's my favorite thing ever. Okay, now we're gonna talk about books that I haven't yet talked about. So the first one I have is one that my neighbor gave to me to borrow, and that is called The Last Night in London by Karen White. My neighbor Chrissy, she said this book is one of her favorites and that she's really excited for me to read it. And so what it says is London 1939. Beautiful, ambitious Eva Harlow and her American best friend Precious Dubose are trying to make their way as fashion models. Eva falls in love with Graham St. John, an aristocrat and Royal Air Force pilot. She can't believe her luck. She's getting everything she's ever wanted. Then the Blitz devastates her world, and Eva finds herself slipping into a web of intrigue, spies, and secrets. As Eva struggles to protect her friendship with Precious and everything else she holds dear, all it takes is one unwearying moment to change their lives forever. London 2019. American journalist Maddie Warner, whose life has been marked by the tragic loss of her mother, travels to London to interview Precious and her life in pre-World War II London. Maddie has been careful to close herself off to others, but in Precious she recognizes someone whose grief rivals her own. But unlike Maddie, Precious hasn't allowed it to crush her. Maddie finds herself drawn to both Precious and Colin, her enigmatic surrogate nephew. As Maddie gets closer to her, she begins to unravel Precious's haunted past, a story of friendship, betrayal, and unremembered acts of kindness and love. So I think that sounds super good. I'm very excited. Christy and I always exchange books, so I'm sure this book is going to be fantastic. Last physical book I have right now is Build Your House Around My Body. I actually got this book back in March when I was visiting London. My friend Ashley bought it for me, and so yeah, let's read the back of it. It says, two young Vietnamese women go missing decades apart. Both are fearless, both are lost, and both will have their revenge. 1986. The teenage daughter of a wealthy Vietnamese family gets lost in an abandoned rubber plantation while fleeing her angry father and is forever changed by the experience. 2011. 25 years later, a young, unhappy Vietnamese American disappears from her new home in Saigon without a trace. The fates of both women are inescapably linked, bound together by past generations, by ghosts and ancestors, by the history of possessed bodies and possessed lands. Yeah, that just sounds super interesting. I am very excited to read both of those, all of those books actually. And then for the rest of my December TBR, I actually have been trying to utilize the app Libby. If you haven't got this app, you need to get it. You just connect your library card and you have access to audiobooks, ebooks, just like, you gotta do it. But anyways, I have so many books right now, and I actually just returned one because I was like, this is too many. So the first book I have is actually Love Light Farms. I've heard a lot about this book and I'm very excited. I'm a little bit sad because I only have it in audiobook, and I love audiobooks. I think audiobooks are still reading, so don't let anyone tell you it isn't. But I think this is a book that I want to physically own, so depending on how much I like it, I might end up owning it. Pasture dead trees and hostile takeover of the Santa barn by a family of raccoons and shipments that have mysteriously gone missing. Lovelight Farms is not the magical winter wonderland of Stella Bloom's dreams. In an effort to save the Christmas tree farm she loved since she was a kid, she enters a contest with Insta-famous influencer Evelyn St. James. To add publicity in the 100,000 grand cash prize, she might just be able to save the farm from its financial woes. There's just one problem. To make the farm seem like a romantic destination for the holidays, she lied on the application and said she owns Lovelight Farms with her boyfriend. Only there is no boyfriend. Enter her best friend Luca Peters. He just came home for some hot chocolate and somehow got a farm and a serious girlfriend in the process. So it's a romantic comedy featuring a handsome freckled data analysis, a messy optimistic Christmas tree farm owner, and a small town with the best hazelnut lattes on the East Coast. So that just sounds so cute. I'm very excited about Lovelight Farms. One I have is Mary Kay Andrews' Santa Suit. I don't know if I'll actually get around to reading this, but I saw it at Target and I was in a Christmas buying mood. If you can't tell, I have so many Christmas books. I think I have like 7. I have 8 Christmas books that I already own, so we'll see what happens with that one. Newly divorced, Ivy Perkins buys an old farmhouse sight unseen. She's definitely looking for change in her life. The Four Roses, as the farmhouse is called, is a labor of love, but Ivy didn't bargain on just how much labor. The previous family left so much furniture and so much junk that it's a full-time job sorting through all of it. At the top of a closet, Ivy finds an old Santa suit, beautifully made and decades old. In the pocket of the suit, she finds a note written in a childish hand. It's from a little girl who has one Christmas wish, and that is for her father to return home from the war. This discovery sets Ivy off on a mission. Who wrote the note? Did the man ever come home? What mysteries did the Rose family hold? Ivy's quest brings her into the community at a time when all she wanted to do was to be left alone and nurse her wounds. But the magic of Christmas makes miracles happen, and Ivy just might find more than she ever thought possible. A welcoming town, a family reunited, and a mystery solved, and a second chance at love. So that one also sounds super good. I'm kind of going away from the Christmassy themed books. The next book I have is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. I feel like Sylvia Plath is such a well-renowned author, and her literature, if you read her literature, it makes you hot. That is a saying. Actually, Carly, she just made a video this week when I'm filming this about books that hot people read or something like that, and she mentioned The Bell Jar. So that's all I have to say. It chronicles the crack up of Esther Greenwood, brilliant, beautiful, enormously talented, and successful, but slowly goes under, maybe for the last time. So Sylvia Plath masterfully draws the reader into Esther's breakdown with such intensity that Esther's neurosis becomes completely real and even rational, as probable and accessible an experience as going to the movies. Such deep penetration into the dark and harrowing corners of the psyche is an extraordinary accomplishment and has made The Bell Jar a haunting American classic. So yeah, I think that's very interesting. There's also the thing where Sylvia Plath was called crazy, and this book is about a woman going crazy. So there's a lot of surrounding that book. But anyways, next one we have is Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alex Feeney. This book I think got very popular this past fall, and so I got the audiobook, super excited to read it. It says, think you know the person you married, think again. Things have been wrong with Mr. and Mrs. Wright for a long time. When Adam and Amelia went a weekend away to Scotland, it might be just what their marriage needs. Self-confessed workaholic and screenwriter Adam Wright has lived with face blindness his whole life. He can't recognize friends or family, or even his own wife. Every anniversary, the couple exchange traditional gifts: paper, cotton, poetry, tin, and each year, Adam's wife writes him a letter that she never lets him read. Until now. They both know this weekend will make or break their marriage, but they don't randomly win this trip. One of them is lying, and someone doesn't want them to live happily ever after. 10 years of marriage, 10 years of secrets, and an anniversary they will never forget. I think that sounds so good. I can't even predict what the twist is based off of that, which makes me really happy. But yeah, okay, the last book I have that I currently have on Libby, which I have more on hold, so I'll talk about those, is Ali Hazelwood's Below Zero. I have almost read all of this. This is the last Ali Hazelwood book I haven't read yet. And this says, Hannah's got a bad feeling about this. Not only has the NASA aerospace engineer found herself injured and stranded at a remote Arctic research station, but the one person willing to understand the hazardous rescue mission is her longtime rival. Ian has been many things to Hannah. The villain who tried to veto her expedition and ruin her career, the man who stars in her most deliciously lurid dreams, but he's never played the hero. So why is he risking everything to be here? And why does his presence seem just as dangerous to her heart as a coming snowstorm? So, I love it. It's just a little novella, so I'll definitely read that very quickly, but that just sounds so cute and fun to me. Last one I have on my December TBR, which I don't think I will get to this, but I'm going to put it on here in case I do get it. The hold says it's 10 weeks out, so it's not looking like I'm gonna get it, but that is In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. It says, one Christmas wish, two brothers, and a lifetime of hope are on the line for hapless Maylin Jones in a holiday. It's the most wonderful time of the year, but not for Maylin Jones. She's living with her parents, hates her going nowhere job, and has made a romantic error of epic proportions. Perhaps worst of all, this is the last Christmas May will be at her favorite place in the world, the snowy Utah cabin where she and her family have spent every holiday since she was born, along with two other beloved families. Mentally melting down as she drives away from the cabin for the final time, May throws out what she thinks is a simple plea to the universe. Please, show me what will make me happy. The next thing she knows, tires screech, a metal collides, everything goes black. But when May gasps awake, she's on an airplane bound for Utah, where she begins the same holiday all over again. I feel like I have such a good spread, mostly Christmas, romantic, comedies, contemporary romance, but that's what the holidays are for, okay? That is what December is for, and I'm so excited for it. But yeah, let me know what you plan on reading this month. I would love to hear it. I will always take new recommendations. You guys know me, but I'm using Libby. I'm not buying any more books. Yeah, anyways, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace and love. Bye, guys.